The following contest is a tag team match. Introducing first to the ring.
God's Country in full effect here, ladies and gentlemen. All the members coming out to support Tim Strange and Frank of the Cross, Sister Lestrange accompanying them to the ring, as well as the inevitable Stone Malone. We apologise for any audio issues, ladies and gentlemen, as well as conversations going forward, as the merchandise table is right in front of our commentary booth. Frank of the Cross in the ring. A menace of a man, as is that man Tim Strange. Most recently, Stone Malone and Frank of the Cross faced off against the Glasgow Grindhouse in the Grand Ole Opry in one hell of a contest at Backlash. Making their way to the ring now, ladies and gentlemen, is the dynamic duo the hottest tag team Valor Wrestling has. Legends never die, LND. LND, Sammy Sparks, Fulton King on an absolute roll in Valor Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. They are on a win streak at the minute in tag team matches. Speaking of the famed Backlash event, Fulton King recently faced wrestling legend and veteran of our sport, BT Gunn, at Backlash and gave him one hell of a contest. Tim Strange also wrestled at the Backlash event, ladies and gentlemen, for the Bleeding Gums Wrestling Championship. Again, the list of accomplishments for Fulton King must go recognised. Fulton King, the last ever winner of the Copenhagen Cup, where he defeated none other than his opponent tonight, Tim Strange. Can he pick up the victory over Tim once again? Fulton King, worldwide travelling juggernaut, recently went to Mexico, appeared on Mexican TV to wrestle, interviews. He is a worldwide travelling star. Let's not take away from Sammy Sparks though. He is fast, he is quick, athletic. He is a spark of fresh air in professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, and has been around for a long, long time. The crowd seems to have favoured LND for this contest. God's Country not looking to be too famed here in Paisley. Some verbal back and forth between the teams before the contest gets underway. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off, Most Wanted, here we go! The bell is rung, ladies and gentlemen. Starting the contest is Tim Strange and Fulton King. As I mentioned, all of the men in this contest competed at the Backlash event, which held wrestling promotions such as the Worldwide Wrestling League, Bleeding Gums Wrestling and Valor Wrestling, an inter-promotional dream, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. All men involved wrestled in the contest. As I previously mentioned, Fulton King wrestled BT Gunn. Tim Strange wrestled for in the main event for the Bleeding Gums Wrestling Championship. Sammy Sparks wrestled in the Dojo of Excellence Battle Royal and killed it. As well as Frank of the Cross and Stone Malone wrestling the Glasgow Grindhouse, the combination of Luke King, Sharp and Krieger in a tag team match, which was some brawl, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. I had the best seat in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I love Valor Wrestling. Oh, Tim Strange and Fulton King having a slap contest. Almost if they signal a big man out, shoulder tackle from Fulton King. But Tim Strange does not move a muscle. Oh, the big man tries to put Fulton King down, but he can't. Some more verbal back and forths between Fulton King and Tim Strange. Another shoulder tackle missed, both men not moving an inch. Sammy Sparks getting the crowd to interact, only way he knows how. On commentary this evening, ladies and gentlemen, for your whole show, Jimmy the Ref, but for tonight, I am Jimmy the King. King of commentary, king of refereeing, king of your heart. Seems some damage was done. Oh, Tim Strange faking out a referee, Sean Moran, there with a bicep flex. Fulton King giving it back just as tight. Dafty chance of starting. Tim Strange doesn't seem to look too impressed about that, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Strange going for a 3-point stance, as is Fulton King, ladies and gentlemen. This could very well break either man. Oh! The sound of that impact, ladies and gentlemen. I know that gotta hurt. Fulton King getting the crowd behind LND. Can LND secure another win in the win column for themselves, or will the combination of God's country have God on their side tonight and get the win for their Lord? They're going for it again, ladies and gentlemen. 3-point stand, stop. 3 points, no deduction. Both men still on their feet. Fulton King getting more and more amped up, more and more hyped, ladies and gentlemen. I can see both men almost seem to be struggling a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ran into at that force is almost like being in a car crash multiple times. Are they going for it again? It seems the fans in attendance want another 3-point stance contest. Tim Strange evaded. Fulton King knocks the big man down with a dangerous shoulder tackle. Tim Strange now powdering out the ring. Obviously clearly not happy about getting the better of Tim Strange, now jaw-jacking with the audience. Stone Malone insists with Strange are here as well, ladies and gentlemen. You have to wonder if they'll play a factor in distraction tactics, illegal tactics, in the favour of God's country. LND have no one in their corner, ladies and gentlemen. They are playing a dangerous game. Technically speaking, it's 4-2 with the managerial services of Stone Malone and Sister Lestrange. LND could be in some mighty trouble tonight. Frank of the Cross tagged in. The crowd want him, or the crowd gonna get him. Sammy Sparks tagged in. Running straight, oh, missed with a clothesline. Soul kick, up kick. Tells him to suck it. Catches the kick, big enziguri all the way from Mexico City. Off the ropes, running single leg drop kick. Incredible fast-paced offense from Sammy Sparks into the cover. Kicks, Frank of the Cross kicks out at 2. Fulton King now back in the ring, some double team offense. Drops down, up, European uppercut. That was a thing of beauty. Sammy Sparks flying out there like a torpedo missile. Fulton King Covers flank of the cross, but to no avail. Sammy Sparks back in the ring. Sammy Sparks using his athletic ability. Oh, big missile diving drop kick from the middle rope, takes down flank of the cross. The crowd are getting behind LND, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but Sister Lestrange taking down the legs of Sammy Sparks. I almost predicted this, ladies and gentlemen. Sidewalk slam from flank of the cross on a Sammy Sparks. That's gotta hurt. The impressive frame of flank of the cross. I don't know what sort of workouts he's been doing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if he's been praying extra hard, but he's in good shape. He's just... Oh, but he can't... Oh, come on. Illegal tactics already being used by God's country, one after the other. Oh! A kick to the family jewels from Tim Strange to Sammy Sparks. The referee didn't see it, hence why there was no disqualification called. The crowd firmly behind Sammy Sparks here in this, our opening contest of Valor's Most Wanted, coming to you from the venue in Paisley. Tim Strange employing biting into his arsenal. Oh, and these brutal forearm clubs to the face of Sammy Sparks. Tim Strange ain't no small man. I know those clubs gotta hurt. Choking out. Sammy Sparks on the ropes. He only has till 5, ladies and gentlemen. Will he let him go? He's holding him there. He lets go. Trying to put a hands on the referee, but Stone Malone now choking out Sammy Sparks on the rope. Again with the illegal tactics, ladies and gentlemen, just like I predicted moments ago. The referee, Sean Moran, is going to have to do something about this. Oh no. Oh. Tim Strange has covered up the... Oh! A chop from the mammoth-sized hands of Tim Strange right in the Sammy Sparks' chest. I know Sammy Sparks will be feeling that for days, weeks, even months. And a brutal right hand right to the jaw sends Sammy Sparks sparking out. Has him up, has his arm locked. Choking him yet again using his offense. The referee really has to get in there on top of this. But Tim Strange gets off him. Tags in flank of the cross. No, not quite. My apologies, not quite a tag team, ladies, not quite a tag. However, as Tim Strange says, it is rodeo time. Choking Sammy Sparks again. However, all the body weight of the lower body weight of Tim Strange suffocating Sammy Sparks under all that weight and pressure. That's gotta hurt the lung capacity of Sammy Sparks. Flank of the cross now in, and a big boot right to the rib cage. That could wind a man, break a rib, could do anything. And Sammy Sparks now up. Sammy fighting back with some pot shots. Come on, Sammy. Strike after strike. Can Sammy knock flank of the cross off his path? Brutal shoulder tackle right to Sammy Sparks. He is down once again. Sammy is really going to have to tag in and implore. Sammy's really going to have to get that tag to Fulton King. Otherwise, this contest could be doomed for LND. Frank of the Cross has him up. Big suplex. Suplex. Goes to the cover. Kicks out at 2. Sammy Sparks still has so much fight left in him, ladies and gentlemen. That's one of the main qualities that he has. He always fights no matter how hard he gets hit, no matter how hard you try to knock him down. Sammy Sparks always rises to his feet because that's the type of man he is. Down yet again, Sammy, like, from the vantage point I have, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Sammy's struggling to breathe. His movement has slowed. In the corner again. To the centre of the ring, what is this? Back suplex countered. Knocks the clothesline. Tags in Fulton King. Fulton's got him. Fulton King now with a right hand. Boom. Right hand aplenty. Right to Tim Strange and an enziguri. I've never seen Fulton King employ such an impressive move. Whip Whipped flank of the cross into Tim Strange. Big running line. Oh, the crowd hyped here. Phil Nelson slam. Flank of the cross is down and out. But still have to deal with the mammoth, the monster. Oh my God! A shot right to the chest of Tim Strange, and another, and one more. Fulton King taking back this match in full swing now, ladies and gentlemen. Sister Lestrange on the apron. Stone Malone with a spear. Stone Malone with a spear. Now with a lights out lariat. Your winners of this contest, ladies and gentlemen, God's Country.
The team of God's Country.
God's Country had the better offense, ladies and gentlemen. They played their tactics right. It wasn't the right tactics, but their brand of illegal tactics, or as they'd say, in the eyes of their Lord, their righteous actions, is deemed necessary to get the win. God's Country knocking off LNT, giving LNT their first loss in what feels like forever here at Valor Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible opening contest. I have every faith, and not in God's Country, every faith that LND will recuperate this loss, learn from this loss, and the next time they meet God's Country will get their win back.
Ladies and gents of Valor Pro Wrestling, allow me to introduce myself, for I, the tremendous Tommy Lockhart, am not just another wrestler. No, I am a maestro of mayhem, an architect of agony. And on the 30th of June, at the venue Paisley, I will present to you one of the grandest spectacles of professional wrestling in the form of a triple threat match. A 3-ring circus of combat, if you will. And in one ring, Charlie Anderson, one of the fastest rising stars in professional wrestling, soaring through the skies like a trapeze artist, going higher and higher until they miss their catch. And in the other ring, we have Saqib Ali. Now Saqib, your veteran years are akin to that of a wise old lion tamer who has faced and overcame countless challenges. But at one time, those tamers' eyes flickered with unwavering resolve. I now see ghosts of fear and doubt. And that just leaves the ringmaster of this match, not the trapeze artist, not the lion tamer, but Tommy Lockhart, to weave my tapestry of technique and to bind you both in the shackles of my skill. And on June 30th, at the venue Paisley, you will see that in the realm of the 3-ring circus, Tommy Lockhart will reign supreme.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you waited for.
Okay, folks, let's head straight into your second match of this evening, which is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring first.
Silver's the Swedish supernova back once again in Scotland, ladies and gentlemen. And the last time you saw him in Valor Wrestling was brutally maimed and attacked by the NAK, the New Age clique, at the Grand Ole Opry, left broken and beaten, left for dead. Seb Silvers is currently the Swedish heavyweight champion, so already having that accolade, the pressure's on for Seb Silvers. If he loses again tonight, that could diminish his confidence, his chances to get that Swedish championship. How would Seb Silvers mentally feel if he suffers another defeat in a Valor Wrestling capacity, ladies and gentlemen? That I don't know. As mentioned, the NAK attacked Seb Silvers and Luke Kingshot brutally our last show at the Grand Ole Opry. Seb Silvers looking here to bounce back and to get another victory under his belt here in Valor Wrestling. But his opponent is certainly one tough competitor, ladies and gentlemen, and he should be making his way to the ring any minute now.
And his opponent making his way to the ring. From Sin City, weighing in at even money, please welcome
Rabu, one half of the tag team Casino Brutal, making his entrance here at Valor Wrestling's Most Wanted. However, a rare singles match for Rabu, as his tag team partner Mickey Devine not here in attendance tonight. However, wishing his tag team partner all the best in this contest. The last time these two fought in a ring was in Sweden, ladies and gentlemen, and Seb Silvers actually picked up the victory over Rabu and his tag team partner Mickey Devine. So Rabu has everything to gain from this contest, as if he beats Seb Silvers, surely he is in line then for a Swedish heavyweight championship shot at his choosing. The dirty deed's gone dirt cheap. Ladies and gentlemen, here he comes again, Rabu! I didn't know his tactics, ladies and gentlemen, but Rabu making his entrance again to get under the skin of Seb Silvers, and that, ladies and gentlemen, it appears to be working. Seb Silvers looks seething with anger right now. Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Call him any time. Here is Casino Brutals. Rabu! Seb Silvers looks miserable right now, ladies and gentlemen. Seb Silvers looks beside himself, the fact he's had to sit here and suffer this disrespect from Rabu. I know Seb Silvers has a game plan in mind for Rabu. Both men very skilled professional wrestlers. But now, words have been exchanged. Time for talking is over. It is now time for wrestling action here at the Valor Wrestling. The bell sounds and wrestling action commences, ladies and gentlemen. Rabu in the zebra coloured trunks. Seb Silvers in the black leather look attire. Strong lock up from both men. Rabu pushing Silvers back into the corner. Rabu just lets him out clean. Seb Silvers, like I've said already, ladies and gentlemen, Seb Silvers must be seething in anger. Was attacked by the NAK, the New Age clique, the last time he was in Scotland. He's been disrespected by Valor management for being put in that position to be put in that position by management. Seb Silvers surely must feel some sort of hate and resentment towards not only the company itself, but those involved in the managerial side. A big strong shoulder tackle from Seb Silvers, taking down Rabu. Picks Rabu up, Rabu straight into this headlock. Might be one of the fastest headlocks I've ever seen. Rabu now wrenching down on the head of Seb Silvers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with the headlock taking out. Oh, here we go. He'll drop down. Oh, no leapfrog though. Oh. Staying down on the ground. Oh, now Seb Silvers powders out and runs away. Seb Silvers, I see, recently has a tactic of running away to get the edge of his opponents, to get them angry enough to chase him. It's whether or not Rabu will entertain these games. Hey, just predicted, ladies and gentlemen, I must be some sort of wizard. Oh, a bandera missed. Oh, sweeps the leg. Tope Americano. One strong kick out from Rabu. Kicking out at one after a Tope Americano. Strong club to the back from Rabu. Rabu's got to feel that one. Another club to the back. Seb Silvers whips Rabu off. Whip reversed. Leapfrog. Another leapfrog. Big standing drop kick. Rabu. What an absolute machine of a man. A strong kick out though by Seb Silvers. A 2 count. A deep kick out there by Seb. Oh, European uppercut. Rocks the jaw of Seb Silvers as he lands in the corner. Oh, a strong forearm smash right to the chest. Trying to stop the oxygen supply, the breathing of Seb Silvers. Take away a man's ability to breathe, especially in this context, ladies and gentlemen, as it is quite warm in this venue. Both athletes must be struggling to breathe. Shotgun drop kick out of nowhere from Seb Silvers. Silvers now, European uppercut of his own. Clothesline. Enzagiri to the back of the head of Rabu. Rolls him through. Basement drop kick to the spine of Rabu. Another cover. Rabu though, strong kick out. Rabu now back on the offensive. Rabu with a strong diving clothesline from the middle of the rope. It looks like Rabu's going for old school. Now that is some pretty old school cool movements here, ladies and gentlemen, from Rabu. Takes Seb Silvers down to the mat, crashing down. Picks him up for a suplex here, ladies. Snap suplex. Straight into the cover. Strong kick out again by Seb Silvers at 2. Rabu on top of the situation. Picking up Seb Silvers now. Whips him into the ropes. Oh, a face buster knee smash from Seb Silvers, followed by the leg drop bulldog. Strong cover. Rabu kicks out at 2. A strong kick out from Rabu. Rabu and his tag team partner have been travelling all over Scotland and Europe. Both those men are dangerous tag team competitors. However, Rabu just as confident on his own with a striking combination ending in an enzagiri, knocking down Seb Silvers. Rabu popping up to his feet. Here we go. Clothesline. Explorer suplex on Rabu on a Silvers thrown halfway across the ring. Oh my god, Rabu is like a house on fire. Like a casino, he is on the game. He is banking on it. Crossbody. An amazing late kick out from Seb Silvers. Seb Silvers had to use all of his energy to get that kick out, and I know that after getting landed on at that height, speed, distance, must have sucked. Oh, countered, strike. Goes for a back suplex, countered. As Seb has a waist lock on Rabu here. Bait and switch. Switch around again. Goes for it. The cutter! Oh my god! A strong kick out. Rabu kicking out of the supernova cutter. But to no avail. Seb Silvers seething in anger. He can't believe that Rabu kicked out of that. That's finished so many competitors in the past. But Seb climbing up to the top rope. Can he hit what he's going to hit, ladies and gentlemen? Frog splash. Rabu counters. Picks him up. Blue Thunder Bomb. A 2.9 kick out there. Seb Silver's desperate for this victory. What can he do now to achieve it? Rabu now taking Seb to the top. Places him on the top rope. Kicks the legs out. Oh, an almost overhand palm strike there. Seb Silver with some clubs. Rabu with some forearms. Oh, is he going for an exploder from the top? If he hits this, it is over, ladies and gentlemen. 100%. Oh, he's biting him! Seb Silvers with illegal tactics, followed by that diving leg drop. Seb Silvers, ladies and gentlemen, your victor with a top rope leg drop. Unbelievable. Seb Silver's picking up an incredible win here. Must be feeling redeemed after that brutal attack from the NAK. But let's not take anything away from Rabu, ladies and gentlemen. Rabu put up some hell of a fight. It was only one mistake that cost him that match, and that was Seb Silver's biting the forehead of Rabu. What an athlete, what a competitor. I'd love to see more of Rabu as well as Mickey Devine right here in the tag team division in Valor Wrestling. Seb Silver's relishing in his victory, soaking it all in. He must be feeling pretty proud of himself. What a contest, ladies and gentlemen, and there is so much more happening here at Valor Wrestling. I'd like to also point out, ladies and gentlemen, our next show, the 17th of August in Kirkintilloch. We return to the St. Ninians Church Hall.
Your third match of the evening is another singles match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring first.
Making her way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, Daisy Jenkins. The last time these two
She is the leader of the Daisy Chain.
The Daisy Chain.
Daisy Jenkins.
Daisy Jenkins was a guest on the commentary team the last time that Ruby Roberts wrestled. Her opponent, Ruby Roberts, faced off against Casey Owens at the Grand Ole Opry, picking up the victory. However, next week on the 7th of July, we have Daisy Jenkins going one-on-one with Casey Owens. Now, can Daisy accomplish the same as Ruby Roberts in beating Daisy at the Opry? Only time will tell. However, during that match, Daisy Jenkins was a guest on commentary, providing her insight into Ruby Roberts, making her way to the ring, hailing from Sunnydale, Ayrshire.
She is the basic bitch slayer, Ruby Roberts.
The history between these two great wrestlers had happened when this company was known as Copenhagen Championship Wrestling. At our very first show, Daisy Jenkins and Ruby Roberts faced off in a hell of a contest. They have wrestled countless times over various promotions, especially most amount of times here in Valor Wrestling. Both these women, pioneers of the Valor Women's division alongside Alice Sink. These two women in particular though, some of the best in the goddamn country. And that's an information and a factoid I'll stand on and take all the way to the bank. Ladies and gentlemen, this has the chance to be match of the night. This could steal the entire show. The history between these two, as I mentioned, they've wrestled all over, especially in Valor Wrestling. Both these women seem to have some sort of mutual respect for one another. But the mutual respect can only last for so long before either woman gives in to the hatred in their hearts for one another. Ruby Roberts in the red and black attire, Daisy Jenkins in the black and white. Ruby Roberts taking Daisy Jenkins into the corner. Clean break from both women, however. Daisy Jenkins ready to fight at a moment's notice with the fist up. Strong lock up by both these wrestlers here. Again into the corner, but Daisy Jenkins turning on her side to prevent any harm done. Again, Daisy Jenkins ready to strike at will. Daisy Jenkins now seems to get the crowd involved. Daisy Jenkins giving a cheeky smile to Ruby Roberts, trying to get under her skin more and more as this match progresses. However, Ruby Roberts defeated Casey Owens, who, without shadow of a doubt, is one of the pioneers of women's wrestling, not only in their home country of Northern Ireland, but here in Scotland. A strong arm drag by Daisy Jenkins, as well as another. But back to my original point, and another arm drag counters. Ruby Roberts defeated Casey Owens, which is no small feat because Casey Owens is a veteran, a star of this sport, a standout. Ruby Roberts defeated her at the Grand Ole Opry and was one of the biggest victories of her entire wrestling career. I respect her a hell of a lot for that, but however, Daisy Jenkins now has the same opportunity to make history, and to beat a veteran of any calibre in this sport is an honour. Can Daisy Jenkins do what many seem to think is impossible? Can Daisy Jenkins beat Casey Owens at the Grand Ole Opry on the 7th of July? But here we go. Daisy Jenkins on the offense. 619, countered, missed. Ruby Roberts getting away just at the last second. Daisy Jenkins off the ropes. Through the ropes, drop kick to the outside. I know, like, that's gotta hurt. That does not look good. Absolute machines. These two women have the most amount of cardio I've ever seen out of any female wrestling stars. These women are killers. They're hungry. They want an opportunity. They want to be the top woman in Valor Wrestling, and the only way to do that is to settle this difference that they have. Who is the top tier woman? Who is the penultimate woman? Who is the star of the division? Is it Ruby Roberts? Is it Daisy Jenkins? Is it both? Ruby Roberts, brutal knee straight to the midsection of Daisy Jenkins, taking her down to one knee. Club to the back from Ruby Roberts. Ruby Roberts now. A unique chin lock here from Ruby Roberts, almost trying to get in a rear naked choke, however, not quite locked in. Ruby Roberts would have to almost hook her arm round, but Daisy Jenkins with elbows to the midsection of her own. Oh, a brutal pull-in forearm smash. Oh! Ruby Roberts has some of the hardest hands in this business, ladies and gentlemen. She is a top tier athlete, and by heavy hands, I've seen Ruby Roberts break metal, wood, men, women, you name it, with her bare hands, because she is that strong. So Daisy Jenkins has to compete with that level of strength. Some would almost say freaky strength, but Ruby Roberts gearing up here for a chop right to the chest that Daisy Jenkins, as I mentioned, the sturdy hands of Ruby Roberts. Another chop to the chest. I know Daisy's seething in pain right now, ladies and gentlemen. Go for another. Countered. Oh, Daisy Jenkins with a chop of her own. Ruby Roberts screaming out in pain. Snapmare now from Daisy. Ruby Roberts kicks her at one after that snapmare into the pinfall. Daisy Jenkins with some ground and pound, ladies and gentlemen. Offense I've not seen from her. A kick and or a slap there from Ruby Roberts. Ruby Roberts just angrily pushing Daisy Jenkins to the corner. She's had enough of her antics. Oh, whipped into that hard buckle, ladies and gentlemen. And those, you may think they're padded, ladies and gentlemen. They are not. They are hurt. There is steel under them. Clothesline from Ruby Roberts. What a machine. Stomped to the midsection by Ruby Roberts. Ruby Roberts now giving verbal jaw jacking to the audience. As the crowd now rallying behind Ruby Roberts. A knee to the spine. Go for another. Daisy Jenkins attacking the leg in the midsection now. Ruby Roberts suplex! Oh! What a wonderful suplex by Ruby Roberts. Snappy, quick, effective. It's what we like to see here in Valor Wrestling. Has her yet again in another headlock. like I'd said earlier in one of the prior contests, that's cutting off the oxygen supply to the brain, causing you to pass out, tap out, you name it. It's certainly a situation you don't want to be in. Some scrambling there by Ruby Roberts, trying to keep the hold on. Referee for this contest, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Willie Moonbeam. Some brutal haymakers to the midsection by Daisy Jenkins, countered into the almost like a snap jab right to the throat. Has the hair, counters it. Oh! A brutal right hand, European uppercut. Daisy Jenkins now, big running senton. As mentioned, Daisy Jenkins in the black and white, Ruby Roberts in the red and black. Daisy Jenkins has Ruby Roberts primed and ready for something here, ladies and gentlemen. What's it going to be? The 619. Or the Daisy Crescent kick. Daisy Jenkins now to the middle rope. Diving European uppercut. Whoa. That could have broken the jaw of Ruby Roberts. That speed and height getting ran into from the European uppercut could dislocate, break any bone in your body. The chest plate could be damaged. The jaw could be damaged. Ruby Roberts now has her hooked. Blood! Slayer's cross DDT! Daisy Jenkins kicking out of the DDT. Not many competitors kick out of that DDT, ladies and gentlemen. I actually think that Daisy Jenkins is the first woman to kick out of Ruby Roberts in Slayer's cross DDT. Tries to hook it up again, can't she get it? No, she's going for a fisherman's buster. It looks like here, a fisherman's suplex. Daisy Jenkins countering it. What's going to happen here? Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker. Ruby Roberts goes down. Ruby Roberts stumbling to her feet here. Bicycle kick to the leg. Oh! A brutal knee strike followed by a flatliner. Ruby Roberts kicking out at the last possible second. That Ruby Roberts genuinely might have an injury. That shot to her jaw was intense, was insane. Daisy Jenkins now going up to the top. Daisy Jenkins trying to go to the top. Ruby Roberts forearm strike, catches her before she can go to the top. Daisy counters. Oh, a hot shot. Throat over the ropes. What's Daisy going for here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh! Daisy Jenkins the winner with a middle rope back senton.
Daisy Jenkins!
Daisy Jenkins the victor here at Most Wanted. I know she must feel good having this momentum into a night at the Opry on the 7th of July at the Grand Ole Opry. But can Daisy Jenkins keep this momentum running when she faces the mother of chaos, Casey Owens? But my question now is, what does Ruby Roberts do to bounce back after this defeat?
Americká invaze. Americký wrestler Buffa útočí na území Skotska. A není se čeho bát. Hrdinové východního bloku vyzvali Buffu na férový souboj 7. července u Grand Ole Opry. Komanda Crowbar bohužel nemůže být přítomen z důvodu stavby nového silničnice, který staví vlastními rukami po posledním medvědním útoku. Není třeba strachu. Předtím, než Crowbar odletěl na svou misi, naučil Jana nový devastující útok, který zneškodnil svého medvěda. Chlap se nazývá medvědí zabiják. chvat o stejné síle, jako má hydraulický pres.
Мы родине своей присягу принесли, и в жизни нам дана единственная служба от смерти заслонить грядущие земли. Не зря сумеем,
Z tohle novozbraní není pochybu, že východní blok odejde s další výhrou.
Scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring first.
Making his way to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, Buffa AO. Hailing all the way from the land of the Americas. The fans here intrigued by the hip-hop fly jive music. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Buffa, hey, yo!
From the Bronx in New York, accompanied by his boombox, it's Buffa AO!
Buffa AO, ladies and gentlemen, also the reigning and defending Worldwide Wrestling League champion, having won that very recently at Resolution. Buffa is also back in action at a night at the Opry, where he faces none other than member of the Eastern Bloc, Yanislav. I must mention, ladies and gentlemen, that Buffa AO was once trained by Extreme Championship Wrestling ECW legends Mikey Whipwreck and Masato Tanaka. Buffa AO also has helped set up the Chinese wrestling scene in his time spent between the Americas, Scotland, Europe, you name it, ladies and gentlemen, Buffa's been there. Buffa AO is also a former 01 United National Champion all the way in Japan. Buffa AO, a worldwide travelling superstar phenomenon, and he is here at Most Wanted Valor Wrestling, the place to be in professional wrestling. Buffa has competed regularly since the early 2000s as he came through as part of the tag team All Money Is Legal, and has worked in various highly respected promotions all over the Americas. One that comes to mind right now is Combat Zone Wrestling, helping establish that promotion's tag team scene. But entering the ring now,
And his opponents, from Newcastle, weighing in at 16.5 stone, he is the Geordie Judas, Big Lou Nixon!
Big Lou Nixon coming all the way from the Toon, Newcastle. Lou Nixon most recently completed at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport over in America. This man, ladies and gentlemen, is a worldwide death machine.
Now we can cut the music. So,
Buffa AO has something to say.
so you mean to tell me you cut off the entrance of the W3L World Champion?
Buffa AO not happy that he, being a world champion, had his music cut.
Oh, okay.
The fans here
All right.
not very happy with Buffa
That's
AO.
what I'm gonna do with me tonight, but check this out. I'm gonna flip it on you. Oh yeah? Hey, you know that's not gonna make me stop. I'm just gonna continue and continue and continue and continue. Let's go.
The fans
Check,
chanting.
What? I can do it too. We can go all night.
The fans chanting here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the vulgar language. Shut the fuck up at Buffa AO.
Like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted again. How can you cut off the entrance music of the W3
with the Worldwide Wrestling League been going 20 years strong. 20 years strong, one of the most respected promotions in this entire country.
Well, today, I think everyone's been a bit forgetful, right? I forgot my shorts. Valor forgot that I walked out of the fucking Blackout crew. But Hoofer over there definitely didn't forget the W3L World title. So, you're here with the belt, I'm here ready for a fight. Who wants a title fight, eh? Let's fucking go!
Lou Nixon challenging Buffa Ayo for the W3L World Championship.
Easy, bro. Easy, bro. Hey, I'm gonna say.
The fans now chanting shite bag at Buffa Ayo, saying that he won't put his championship on the line as he is scared, or as we say in Scotland, shite bag.
They're basically calling you a coward.
What?
As referee Sean Moran expertly points out, the crowd calling Buffa Ayo a coward.
I came all the way from China here, and I'm a coward. I'm a champion. Don't you see this? Champion, champion, champion.
Buffa Ayo setting up the Chinese wrestling scene, helping that grow and flourish with his influence.
This is actions speak louder than words. You in trouble, buddy.
It looks like now, ladies and gentlemen, that this contest is for the Worldwide Wrestling League World Championship. As I previously mentioned before Buffa Ayo cut me off, Lou Nixon competed at Josh Burnett's Bloodsport, facing tough competition after tough competition, getting a knockout victory. Lou Nixon also regularly competes in the United States, such as promotions as Game Changer Wrestling, Game Changer Wrestling. He's also made appearances for Jersey Championship Wrestling, XPW. He also currently has the Rust Belt Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Lou Nixon is a worldwide belt collector, as is Buffa Ayo. Lou Nixon is an active boxer, wrestler, MMA fighter, a triple threat, a killer in the ring. Lou Nixon also the current reigning and defending European Deathmatch Champion. That championship held by Lou Nixon is from the company Rise down in England. Lou Nixon is one scary man, as is Buffa Ayo. Both of these men have been around for a long time. Both men are no stranger to brawling, and they're also accomplished grapplers. As I mentioned, Lou Nixon with Bloodsport and wrestling in GCW. Buffa Ayo with his scenes with his connections in China and America, and have wrestled for so long. A veteran truly of this sport. I am excited to see this contest go down some top tier grappling, trying to juxtaposition between Buffa Ayo and Lou Nixon. Lou Nixon down to one knee. Counters him. Both men now standing up to reset. Buffa Ayo, as the crowd said, shite bag. The crowd not too happy with Buffa Ayo. Buffa Ayo taking a walk to really gather his thoughts to see what he can do to combat Lou Nixon's mind games, ladies and gentlemen. Because Lou Nixon is a dangerous individual. I have seen this man destroy other men without breaking a sweat. I have seen Lou Nixon put his own body through glass, tables, chairs, ladders, thumbtacks, you name it. Lou Nixon's been through it and worse. Most recently, ladies and gentlemen, Lou Nixon got a dart through the mouth, because Lou Nixon is a crazy person, but Lou Nixon is crazy tough. Buffa Ayo also in great shape, as is Lou Nixon. Both these men can grapple, can strike with the best of them. It's going to be some contest for the W3L World Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Here, forearm exchange from Buffa and Big Lou Nixon. The Geordie Judas versus Buffa Ayo. Low kick, middle kick, middle kick. Buffa Ayo countering with a big Hurricane Rana and a slobber knocker of a punch, sending Lou Nixon out of the ring. That punch had some force to it. Lou Nixon very well could have lost a tooth there, ladies and gentlemen. Buffa Ayo trying to get out the ring. However, Lou Nixon expertly counters and sweeps Buffa off the apron, crashing to the hard wooden floor. Now, there's no safety mat seen at Valor Pro Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. That's all hard wooden floor. I know that couldn't have felt good. Both men now fighting on the outside of the ring, trying to get the crowd involved. A fan in the audience seems to have choked Buffa Ayo. Lou Nixon taking great pleasure in the fact he's accomplished that and done that. Oh! A brutal chop to the chest of Buffa Ayo as a fan held him up, surprisingly. I don't think that's very legal, but nevertheless. Breaking the count. There's Lou Nixon there back out the ring trying to fight Buffa Ayo, hitting him with some more strikes. Heading him into the apron. Lou Nixon getting the crowd hyped. More strikes aplenty. More blunder from Lou Nixon. Oh, now Buffa Ayo firing back with forearm upon forearm. What a dangerous competitor. Dragon screw leg whip from Buffa Ayo, a technique he picked up while wrestling in Japan. Buffa Ayo now spinning a leg hold, rolls him over. Can he capture the STF?
What's up now, Playboy?
Yes, he can, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he's got it fully on, but he's got half the lock on, which is still going to do enough damage, if done over time, to the ligaments and the joints of Lou Nixon. The fans here rallying behind Lou Nixon to get out of this hold. Lou Nixon gets to the rope. Buffa Ayo breaks the count. Buffa Ayo now firing strikes aplenty. Lou Nixon fighting him back, with Buffa Ayo cutting him off and sending him packing back down into the mat. Buffa Ayo has a rear chin lock on Lou Nixon, trying to take out his oxygen supply. It's been a long day for me, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy the King doing commentary solo style. Oh! Forearm and point forearm, a brutal forearm. Lou Nixon rallying the crowd behind him. Oh, a kitchen sink cutting off Lou Nixon crumbling to the mat in pain. That could have very well winded Lou Nixon. Now, from being winded myself, ladies and gentlemen, it's certainly hard to come back from being winded, especially at that force and that impact. And again, Buffa Ayo targeting that, knowing this information, attacking the midsection of Lou Nixon, so that he can't breathe, so that he can't recover, so that Buffa Ayo can get the inevitable win. However, if Lou Nixon wins, Lou Nixon has the opportunity to take the Worldwide Wrestling League World Championship all over America, to prove that he is not only one of the best in Europe, but the best in the world. Lou Nixon also the real world's most dangerous man, as his previous accolades entail wrestling and blood sport, taking down multiple men, being multiple time champion wherever he goes. Lou Nixon successfully defended the European Deathmatch Championship against Jack Harp at Bleeding Gums wrestling portion of Backlash. Lou Nixon getting the better of Buffa Ayo. Buffa Ayo with a strong kick out at 2. Both these men trying to get the better of one another. It's who will get there first is my question. Both men now to their feet. Buffa in the corner. Lou Nixon body shot, trying to attack the kidneys. A Goodwill lover shot, ladies and gentlemen, will drop any man or woman at any height and size. Ripcord misses. Buffa Ayo, forearm strike, and another taking down big Lou Nixon. Buffa Ayo seems to be going for some sort of crane kick. He had a spinning drop kick, ladies and gentlemen. That was incredibly impressive. A strong kick out by Lou Nixon. That drop kick was almost like a corkscrew drop kick, the way he connected. That must have hurt Lou Nixon. It certainly hasn't rocked. Aye, Buffa picks up Lou Nixon. Has him locked in the Phil Nelson. But I think he's losing his grip. I think he's got it in. A Phil Nelson slam from Buffa AO. And a desperation kick out from Lou Nixon. A 2.9 kick out. That match was almost over. Buffa AO has up big Lou Nixon. Lou Nixon counters. Has him the fireman's carry. Can he get up? A GTS. Oh! A ripcord punch right to the throat. That has to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it. New champion! No! Buffa AO at the last possible second gets the kick out, desperate to retain his W3O World Championship here at Most Wanted. Lou Nixon asking the crowd if he should finish it. I think it's only a matter of time before this match hits its crescendo. Nixon now has Buffa in the corner. Buffa holding on, not wanting to let go. Oh, he has him. Here he has him with a rear naked choke. He has him with a rear naked choke. This could be it. This could. But no, but Buffa counters him, ramming him into the corner. Clever offense from Buffa AO. But he goes for it again. Counters. What a beautiful counter from Buffa AO.
World Champion, Buffa AO!
What a match, ladies and gentlemen. What a contest for the W3L World Championship. That was a hard fought contest. Buffa AO getting the better of Lou Nixon. Ladies and gentlemen, that was one hell of a contest.